Hey everybody, welcome. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Madhouse Podcast. I'm Maddy Smith, and I'm so happy that you guys are here with me in the studio for another fabulous episode. I have my friend KP Burke in the building. You might know him from Roastmasters back in the day. He's a stand-up comedian. He's a funny guy. He's from New Jersey, and he has a podcast on Gas Digital called American Loser that I was on recently. Check it out. As always, I'm on tour. Go to my website, punchup.live/Maddy Smith. You can check out my upcoming tour dates that include Indianapolis, Cleveland, Albuquerque, Pottstown, New Jersey, or Pottstown, Pennsylvania, just added. That's Soul Joel's in Pennsylvania. And then August, still need to be listed, Tyler, Texas. So what's that about? I don't know. So check me out. I had a great time last week in LA. I did a bunch of pods out there. Shout out the LA crew. Shout out fucking Letterman. Shout out fucking, shout out Santino. Shout out Josh Potter. Gotta love Josh Potter, that little fucking gremlin. So keep an eye out for that. If you like seeing me on other people's pods, I had a great time. And shout out to everyone who came to the shows in LA. Cleveland, I'm in Cleveland July 3rd and 4th. So let's party. I don't know if the shows are going to be sold out, because why did I say yes to a show on July 4th? But what fucking ever. Come out to shows. See you there. Peace. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Madhouse Podcast. We are live in studio. Gas Digital real Gas Digital regular. Can we start over? Dude, I can't do this. I'm really not good at
that's not true.
Doing this. And I watch people's podcasts to see how do they set it up? And then I'm like,
Nope.
okay, I'll do that. And then every single time I just fucking bomb.
Nope, disagree.
Okay, word. All right, let's start. Let's start now. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Madhouse Podcast. It's Wednesday and it's a blistering 900 degrees here in New York City. We're all sweating, and I'm sweating because I'm nervous. I'm a little bit nervous because we have an incredible guest today. And he's on the couch with me. He's wearing his work boots. He's blue collar. He's Jersey. He's adopted. He's Irish. He's American History X. The ending. So you're going to love him. You know him from his podcast, American Losers.
Yes, absolutely.
Is it single losers?
No, it's American Loser. You got it.
Single. American
By the way,
Loser.
the hottest guest on the show by far. Numbers-wise, everything.
Really?
Aesthetics, yes.
Really?
I got a lot of creepy DMs, people asking me if you're single or not.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yes.
That's awesome. Hilarious. I mean, I live my life being forgetting that I'm I don't know how to explain it. I forget that people look at me. I forget that we're in front of people all day.
Maddy, let them.
And people look at me, and they say, I want to fuck her. I want to put my dick in her mouth. I want to choke her with my cock. That's what they say when we're talking about Lindenberg or whatever it was together. They're saying I want to capture her baby.
They're pretty, they want to kidnap your child.
Yeah, I want to kidnap her child.
In a widespread criminal conspiracy
Yeah.
that you were highly informed about, by the way.
No, I wasn't until you told me. I was just informed about the events around
Maddy.
it. But that is to say, KP Burke is here.
I'm happy to be here.
Shout out. We're two American losers.
We are. Best part about doing the show, we don't have to adjust the white balance because just a couple Irish kids hanging out on a couch.
Oh, yeah. And, I don't even know what to say because I'm pale as fuck.
When do you
I'm
get your
Irish.
first sunburn of the season?
I already got one this year.
Yep.
Yeah.
Usually April. That April one comes in?
Yeah, there's a sneaky one in April. I think I got one when I was in Austin in April.
That would do it.
Hot.
Healthiest looking homeless people I've ever seen.
Oh my God, yeah. Yeah, they're fit.
They're fit.
They got six packs.
A solid tan because they're constantly outside.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was, you couldn't tell. Everybody kind of looks like McConaughey when they're homeless out there.
Yeah, for sure.
In the movie Mud, I would say.
Yeah. Or sometimes even down there, Dallas Buyers Club. That's slender.
Fair.
You get that slender crackhead
Fair.
kind of vibe.
I think I passed one of those guys on the way over here on La Wazida.
Yeah.
Am I saying that right? I can't do Spanish at all.
What is that?
La Wazida?
La Wazida? West Side Highway?
No, isn't that the street? I think that's the street I park near.
What the fuck? That is not a word.
Just sexy McConaughey, just starting it off right there.
I mean, the headline is true. I have forgotten about Mud. It says, why has everyone forgotten about Mud? And you said Mud. I go, I forgot about Mud. So, KP, what is good? I'm so happy to have you in the Madhouse.
Well, first of all, what an aptly named podcast. You are Maddie Smith, right? And this is the Madhouse.
It kind of is kind of perfect, right?
I get it. I bet you people don't get it.
No, I'm telling you, it's been like 57 minutes into a podcast. I'm asking people, where can we find you on social media? And they go, Madhouse.
I get it.
I get it now. And then some people say, you should do MADD, 2 Ds in Mad. I go, you should fucking go disappear.
Yeah, you know
Roasted.
what? You know what? Let them.
Let them say that. Wait, yeah, I'm gonna change the name of my podcast after you've been on it. Yeah, we're on episode 69. Pull through. Shout out, LOL. 69.
I thought about naming my podcast Tyler Perry Presents.
Hilarious.
And they're not. It's just I got too many people telling me I'd get a cease and desist for that.
Yeah, but would he find out? And also, he's dealing with a lot of legal issues right now.
Ooh.
Did you hear? Like this past week, he got accused of sexual assault.
He got me too'd?
I mean,
Medea-tude?
Medea-tude.
But he was
Hilarious. He got a little bit, but who knows anymore? Because you see these headlines and it doesn't stick. Media doesn't reach everyone.
It was there was a Salem witch trials vibe to it, right? Where they keep saying it all the time, and you're like, all right, listen, we got rid of the really bad people, and then there's more people popping up, and they're like, all right, we can't keep up, we can't do this forever, guys.
We can't do this forever, and I will say, Me Too has the same. The Me Too has the same trajectory as stand-up comedy.
Ooh.
So at first it was like, wow, 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 wow. Now all of us are out here touring. So we're in the same way. There's an article about Tyler Perry getting accused, is same as me being in Colorado, Indianapolis, and Cleveland next week.
But you're doing
It's like just media that's not going to reach people, saturated, things aren't sticking like they used to. But if you popped off in early 2017, Schultz, you're sticking. If you got
right. You
accused
could
in
Me Too
2017, Louis, you got accused. Now everyone knows Louis is. But if that article came out this year, it would reach like 4 people.
They're like, oh, that's crazy.
Things move so fast, and there's
Now
so
they
many.
would ask,
I can't. I
is
mix
it
up
behind a
Jared Leto
paywall?
and that other guy with the beard from fucking 21 Jump Street. I'm mixing up people at this point.
Jonah Hill.
No, the Russell Brand.
Oh, was he?
I mix up them. I'm mixing up everyone. I mix up Dave Coulier and Jeff Daniels. Like I'm mixing up people now.
That
There's
one I
so
can
many
see. Their
people.
faces are very similar.
There's so many. Margot Robbie looks like blah blah blah. Looks like blah blah blah. Looks like blah blah blah. There's all
Yeah.
sorts of people. Where there's a lot. They're spinning us. The media is putting out so much stuff that we're all like,
You think it's clones?
Trump bad, Trump good, Trump bad, Elon, blah, blah. I think it's just saturation. Everything's saturated.
Well, you had a theory before because we were talking about. I have a friend of mine who was going to go on Ozempic, and I
Right.
don't think they need to. I think they just need to eat better, right? And just maybe we don't eat snacks. That's all.
Oh my God, it's literally like, try eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can eat whatever you want. Like, it's like, obviously, don't do fried food every meal. When you wake up, eat when you're hungry, stop when you're full. Then you eat again when you're hungry around lunch. Maybe a little piece of fruit in the afternoon. And dinner, you do a nice meal. Maybe a little fruit in the evening.
We're turning into a
Close it
lifestyle
up.
pod now.
And then you do it the next day. No snacking. Eat when don't think about what you're eating. You can have pizza. Just stop when you're full. Obviously,
That's
it's a
the
tough
key.
concept at the beginning, but I feel you will naturalize out. Get rid of the snacking, late night eating. Bye.
That's why I have to keep a day job. Otherwise, I get puffy real quick.
Really?
Yep. Anytime I've been like, no, I'm just gonna do shows, try to make my
Yep.
money on the road
Yeah.
like that, and then I'm all of a sudden like, oh, I'm about 20 pounds heavier than I need to
That's
be.
so true. When I first got on the road, I was drinking and eating like a bitch.
Ooh.
I didn't really gain weight, but I was like
I
someone
get-
blew me up.
That's what sucks. I do look that. I feel like you ever see Big Trouble in Little China?
No.
All right, absolute must see for you.
What year
There's,
did that come out? 1972?
This is Kurt Russell. He's like our hero as white guys.
Yeah.
It's if you're a blue collar white guy, Kurt Russell's your hero because you're not allowed to say you love Mel Gibson anymore. Okay,
That's
That's
true.
what
That's
happened.
true. But I think he's settled down a little bit. He likes to
little.
say, "I was drunk. I was drunk."
Oh, how many times did I?
But when
get to
I get
use that one?
blackout, I don't really scream about the Jews. I kind of just like blow guys. So Mel, yeah, you can go. But Passion of the Christ, LOL.
Oh, Mel was
But
a
yeah,
wild one.
so this movie,
So you
Sleeping
got, you got to
China.
see. It's Big Trouble in Little China. You got to see it. It's fantastic. It holds up like crazy. But there's the one like Asian guy or whatever that he's got like a superpower and he blows himself up and he just explodes. He gets so angry he explodes. That's actually my old headshots when I was drunk.
Hilarious.
It's bad.
Hilarious. I definitely feel like Mrs. Puff from SpongeBob.
That's
When SpongeBob like pisses her off, that's me.
that
when
would
I'm
make sense.
when I'm drinking Moonface. Paper
What?
plate
That's
on
the
the wall.
problem.
Paper plate on the wall. Me when I'm drunk. Moon face.
Now I understand
Tiny
it.
eyes. Tiny eyes. Lips gone. Lips gone.
Well,
Moon face.
I get vaguely Asian eyes too. When the puffier my face is, the smaller my eyes get. It makes no sense.
It's an Irish thing.
I would want to say yes.
Because Mike Cannon talks about it too. The bloat that comes with if I eat a piece of bread.
Oh,
If I eat sushi, the soy sauce of sushi, I'll wake up the next day and I'm like, oh my God.
Soy sauce
the
gets
moon. I
you?
look like the moon. Yeah.
I'm lucky on that
I'm a
one.
very sensitive wayfish person.
Is it all?
Irish, Scottish mix.
I hear. Yeah,
Maybe a touch of
that's the
German.
mix where you're like, oh yeah, I'm from New Jersey and also New York. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, like cousins.
Yeah, my mom's
But-
from Long Island. My dad's from Buffalo.
See, I didn't know the
So-
Long Island connection. That explains a
Yeah.
little bit of it.
A little bit. And then, so my mom grew up in Long Island, then all of her siblings moved to New Jersey. So there's that Long Island, Jersey sort of
You get it. You're
swoop
East
up the-
Coast girl.
swoop of the coast. Yeah, I'm East Coast, Northeast. Shout out. What's up? Drinking.
100%. I finally did a gig in the Hamptons, by the way.
Really?
I
Which
was
part of the
very excited.
Hamptons?
So it was. I'm trying to remember the name of the town, but it was like they're all named after like a sound that you would make, doing deep throat.
Yeah, I know they're all bitch.
I'm like from.
Yeah. And then
We're all from Haktua, Long
to a
Island.
Montauk. Montauk. Hot bitch is funny. Yeah.
But it was me and Lynn Coplitz, and
Nice.
she's like my fairy godmother
Love her.
in comedy. She's so underrated.
Love her. Shout out
And,
Lynn.
um,
I think I met her at Skankfest last year.
You did, and I'll brag about this. I was able to mention that she should probably be at Skankfest.
Nice.
And then that's a tough sell to her too, by the way, where you're like, oh, by the way, you should be a part of this thing called Skankfest. And she goes, hang on, explain what you're saying before I get mad.
Hold on. Did you just say Skankfest?
Why is that? That's a good Lynn Coplitz.
I wasn't even trying to be here. I was just making
That's
fun-
a
even
good Lynn
anyone
Coplitz.
who's- Or people will shout out Skankfest, shout out November, come see us in New Orleans. Shout out Skankfest because I've convinced so many people to go, like comedians.
Good.
As well, similar to yours with Lynn.
Right on.
Like, I don't think I was originally, but I've been like a voice of like, come, just come,
part
and
of
people
it.
go, that's not my scene. That's not my scene. It's the same audience that comes to see you on the road.
Yeah, they're
it's
stand-up
American
fans.
fucking stand-up fans.
100%.
There's a couple of them like,
It does look like a militia.
and that but for the most part, you walk by, Maddy, hey, Maddy. They're just fans. They love shows. They love Dan Soder. Dan Soder goes.
Yes.
Does Dan Soder have a chain wallet? No, he's regular. Just
Regular.
go. Tim goes.
a lot
David
of
Tao.
Spectrum riders
Joe
in
List.
that audience, though.
Absolute Spectrum riders, but they fucking love it.
It's
What
very-
other people would go to a festival in the middle of Vegas? It's in New Orleans now, but 3 years in Vegas, and if they were not on the spectrum, that's like an obsession of someone who's like.
Did you ever hear Colin Quinn's joke?
Because
He
I've
did
never
it?
even been to like a festival. 'Cause
Really?
I'm not autistic at all. Not to brag.
You've never hang on, no comedy festivals?
No. I mean, like I've been in them, but as a consumer of things,
Oh,
like
of
I've
a
never
festival.
been. I would never go to a festival in general.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if I feel like this is rude too.
You never went
but
to
I'm
a
complimenting
Modown
the
or a
Skankfest
Fish-
audience. I would never go to. I have been. Okay,
You
backtrack.
have.
I've been
There
to a
it
Fish
is,
concert.
there it is.
But I would never go just by. Okay, this is a bad argument. But what I'm trying to say is, yes, we need to tell all comedians to say, I'm gonna do Skankfest because it's fun
They
as fuck.
should,
Caroline's
yes.
gonna come. Jorge goes.
Hi, Caroline. I'm
It's
KP.
fun.
What's up?
What's
It's
going
fun.
on?
And my old manager would be like, I don't know if that's like a good look for us because it's like an edgy brand. Meanwhile, I'm on stage like, fuck you, black dude. You know what I mean? Like, so why are you
Also, when
trying
you see
to
Skank
like,
fans like merch in the crowd at a show, aren't you like, all right, cool? Like we're not.
I'm like, sick.
That-
if
yeah.
I see a Skanks logo, if I see rap, if I see a Louis J. Gomez hat, I'm like, I'm talking to you right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
those
you're
are always the
not
people
getting a
who are
complaint.
messaging me. Shout out Bobby Beansack. He literally listens to the episode, I think, at 12:01 a.m. Because
That guy
he'll comment,
rules.
he'll send me a message about it, and he's a Gas Digital guy. So fucking LOL.
Gas
I don't know why I'm
Digital.
ranting right now.
No, because we're podcasting.
It's just comedy fans. You know what I'm sick of?
Why are you so mean to yourself?
I don't know.
All right, you're very talented.
literally don't
You're
fucking
killing
know.
it. I'm
And-
very proud of you.
I've been actively, and everyone in this room and this booth knows, in the past 5 to 6 months, I've been actively trying to turn around. I've been actively trying because it's exhausting.
Well,
So
it's
I've been
a
like
journey
trying to
of-
flip my mindset of like this cool. My life is cool. My life is actually cool.
Mm-hmm.
Stop thinking like, oh my god, I think
No,
I spent the
your
past
life is
many
cool.
years being like, oh my god, everything's crumbling, and nothing ever crumbled. So you have to
That's
give
the
yourself
truth.
evidence. I was telling Caroline that yesterday. You have to give yourself credit for having done. Most shows I do are pretty good. Usually I go to bed and I say, that was a pretty good day. But every morning I wake up and it's like Memento, like blank slate. Like,
ooh, good poll.
Thanks.
I have to ask about Fight Club now.
Yeah, I'm a guy's girl.
The ultimate white guy movie is Fight Club.
Yeah, Fight Club's fine. And I read the book during COVID too. Guys,
man, we all had
stuff,
some downtime.
Guy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of books out there about like guys, like woe is me, guys, strong shoulders.
Well, somebody called it the white dude blues, and that made me laugh pretty hard.
Did you ever read the book Stoner?
No.
It was like a classic. It sounds like, Puff Puff, but the guy's last name was Stoner. And it's a whole, just story of this guy's life, and it's depressing, and it's Dust Bowl into fucking, and he's in academia. His wife ruins his life, and then he gets involved with a student. Blah blah blah. It's this whole thing. It's just like a guy's.
Is it
life.
fiction?
Yeah, it's fiction.
Oh, so it's in a weird way. This guy's doing fantasy enactment.
Yeah.
That's what all writers are. They're very close to sociopaths.
Oh, absolutely.
100%.
Catcher in the Rye. Everyone's
Without a doubt.
Yeah, everyone's. And stuff I've written, I'm like, wow, people probably read this and think like I'm insane.
Mm-hmm.
One time I wrote a sketch, and I thought it was funny. This was back in the day.
It's the worst feeling. Okay, continue.
I know when you start a story with, I thought it was funny. I wrote a sketch, and I thought it was funny. It was supposed to be like depression versus anxious you. And it was back. It was like 2018 when I wrote this. And it was like, I'm lying in bed, and the other part's like, get the fuck up, dude. We got so much to do. And I'm like, I can't
you
get up.
acting as both parts?
Yeah, it's me acting as both parts.
Right on.
I thought it was kind of funny. And I sent it to my friend, and she said, are you okay? And I said, oh, yeah, I'm fine.
I wrote a very upsetting one that one of my longtime buddies that would film stuff with me said, he goes, I can't do this because it's too dark.
Right.
But I was trying to explore, if you were in a zombie fantasy world and you found a very attractive zombie, would you hook up with said zombie?
Would you let her eat your cock?
Well, we were trying to figure out how to qualify what crime it would be.
Right.
And there's the idea.
Yeah, like zombies can't give consent.
That's the thing. So then it turns into, well, what's the charge? If you were,
but
if
would
you're
you
in a
get charged? Because you can't get charged because you'll just be a zombie. So who's gonna?
If you could find a way where you weren't getting zombie.
Oh, so okay, some
right,
sort
so
of
you're
condom.
Like, I have a chance.
Some sort of bubble boy way to fuck this zombie.
A zombie,
okay,
a Walking Dead level condom.
Yeah, and what, you would pin her down? This is dark.
Well, that's where I was trying to figure. Where I was trying to laugh about.
Yeah,
it
the guy's like, KP, I think you are.
They're like, dude, you have this unhealthy obsession you have with Paris Hilton has to go. Sir.
Yeah,
all right,
we're done, dude.
Yeah, I have to.
What was the conclusion?
He said, he goes, I love you, but I don't love this. That was his answer.
Well, this is interesting. See, that's where it could go with the zombie cinema stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What is the right of a zombie?
Well, we were trying to figure it out. I thought, in my head, I'm writing like, oh, this is like fun Clerks type,
right.
banter back and forth. And everybody's like, no, dude, I think you just outed yourself.
Right. But what if it was more playful, whimsical, you fell in love with the zombie?
Well, I think they tried that movie,
Twilight-esque.
Right? Ooh, Twilight.
Yeah, they did Twilight. Like,
that really is what that is, isn't it?
Robert Pattinson would look at her and be like, oh. Like in science class, and she's like, what? Kristen Stewart.
She, by the way...
Stop.
Complex woman.
What was his name? What was his name in the movie? Ed? No.
Edward, I think, right?
Edward Cullen?
Something.
I want to say Edward.
His name was Ed?
So my bulldog's name was Ed, and everybody goes, there was one girl that goes, oh, did you name him after Twilight? And I was like, it's Pearl Jam, okay?
Yeah.
His name is Eddie Vedder. This is Pearl Jam. Don't bring your weird twink vampire fantasies into my world.
Bitch.
And then I watched the movies, and I loved them. I thought they were
and
delightful.
You're like, he is named after Ed.
Yes. I did lie to a girl once and say it was named after Eddie from Iron Maiden because she had
That's
an Iron
funny
Maiden
too.
shirt on. I was like,
cute.
my dog's name is Eddie.
Pandering. Run to the hills, right?
Sometimes you have to.
She's like, what other songs do you like?
The
fucking the masters on the B-side of their first album.
Yeah, really, mostly it's the live stuff for me.
Yeah, the live show. Like I'll just put the live shows on and just fucking maiden out.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Really, I mean, picking your favorite. It's like picking your favorite child.
Right. I couldn't pick. You know what I hate when people ask, what your favorite music is. I always blank. And I listen to a lot of different music, and then favorite music, I go Spice Girls.
There's nothing wrong with Spice Girls. There's nothing wrong with it. It holds up remarkably well, by the way.
Then a guy will go, okay, yes, that's fun. I'm Pavement, Guided by Voices, Wilco. Oh yeah.
Oh, so you're scattered.
No, that's what he says to you.
Oh,
After you
okay.
say, you're like,
Okay.
yeah, I like those too. I couldn't think of anything. Sorry, you had ammo.
See, that's the thing. They're always prepared for that because they want to, whoever they're. What's the age when you have to stop wearing the band of the shirt you like and you just have to move on from that?
I feel like you can wear band shirts forever.
You think so?
Yeah, because I like older people who still go to concerts. So I support it.
I think there's an age it comes back because my old coworker was a diehard Grateful Dead guy.
My mom is a diehard Grateful Dead fan.
Mm-hmm.
Diehard.
It's they're a breed of their own.
Diehard, I know.
That was Skankfest before Skankfest was like
Yeah,
we're going
I
to
know.
follow the Grateful Dead around.
Original.
You know?
Original. Well, I guess they had the Rhode Island Newport Folk Festival.
That's
Back in the day, the original. Back when Bob Dylan did electronic and they threw bottles at him.
Oh yeah, the band was his backing band for that.
Like a rolling stone, how does it feel? They're like, bow!
I heard
Put the drums away!
this same coworker's wife was a huge Bob Dylan fan. She had a great quote. She told me one time, she goes, "Some of the best shows of my life were Bob Dylan, and some of the worst shows of my life were Bob Dylan."
Hilarious.
Yeah, you couldn't get he wasn't consistent.
Yeah,
Put it that
I've
way.
heard this about him.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like those kind of people.
Where you don't know what
I
you're
don't
getting.
know. Like Lana Del Rey. Do you know her?
Yeah, I just rewatched the Kristen Wiig SNL thing.
Oh,
when
yeah.
she went on as her the week after.
She went on as Lana Del Rey
To, yeah,
on
to,
SNL.
to defend Lana Del Rey's performance when they all trashed her.
Did Kristen Wiig played Lana Del Rey?
Yeah, and she killed it too. It was great.
That's so funny. I'm working on this SNL packet right now,
there
and
it is.
Lana Del Rey was one of mine.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm gonna take it out now.
No, no. You
No,
have
but
to do it.
it's crazy. They've done so many. You're like, there's no way, and then you watch Chloe Fineman's submission video. She has 3 people you thought of doing. You're like, I guess it is like white women. Like white women who submit probably look up like white women, and then
who's
just do that.
a little cringy too that you can
Yeah,
sink
that you
your
can
teeth
do.
into in a
Yeah.
non-vengeful
Yeah,
way.
but I think you can keep doing. I think you just show them like, hey, I'm malleable.
I need Jim Florentine to get back into this like supreme public eye because I can do a voice of I can do his voice perfectly.
Let's rock it. Okay, let's pretend you're. Okay, turn away and then come back as Jim. We're on the podcast. Okay, come back. Hey, you guys, we got Jim Florentine in the house. Jim, what's up? Second time here.
What's going on, Maddy? What are you doing? You guys up to?
So yesterday I was watching. What was I watching that I saw you in?
I heard you talk about Iron Maiden. I just kind of walked in.
Yeah, right. I know. Did you go to the? Did you saw them recently, right?
I did. Me and Jameson were over there, and
Did you bring your son?
no, he was at home eating ketchup like a queer.
That's really good. That's really good.
I did it in front of him once, and
Yeah.
he just dead stared at me, and he goes,
All right.
like
Yeah, people don't like impressions of themselves.
No, it's I thought I was being playful, and then because I look up to the guy too. He's he's another one of those Jersey guys that made it, and you look up to him.
Yeah, he's
So
awesome.
Our hero is Artie Lang.
I love, Artie Lang, fucking Joey Coco,
Yes, it's
Sam
weird.
Tripoli.
Tripoli, I think he's a New York guy originally, right?
Right, I just always think of Dojo and his
He's
clip
my-
where he says the N-word.
Yeah, well, Sam has a brand. Let's
He be
just put it
doing what
that-
he wants. He be doing what he want, but you know me, I'm on Wild 'N Out, so I can't condone that.
I do respect that. I wondered at one time what my life would have been like if I was on Wild 'N Out because
Yeah?
yeah,
Were you close?
You actually no, not at all.
You're just
but
sitting there trying to
you
think
play
of
it out in your
if you
head.
if you were me. Yeah?
yeah, like what would they have made me? What goofy white
I
guy
think you
trope
would have
would I have
been
said?
like,
Because you're able to live in both worlds.
Been guy who looks conservative but is still funny. So they're like,
It would have been-
fucks with KP because he said that, and you would probably make funny jokes, but you're like, I grew up poor, so they're like, yeah.
I feel like I
I
would
don't
have
even know if
looked
you
like
grew up poor, but they probably would pin you as like cop.
Oh,
like
100%.
But if you can give it back and also laugh at yourself and lean in, rock on.
best one I ever got
I think you would be
called.
great because they usually don't have like a guy, like it's usually nerdy white guys or kind of too much, kind of doing too much.
Agree. Now, by the way, you deserve a ton of respect because you're able to live in both worlds. And like, the way you were on that show, I thought was hysterical.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Thanks.
Now, for me, if I was to go on that show, the thing you just described, I feel like I would look like Tom Hanks did in that Black Jeopardy sketch on SNL.
Hilarious.
And then also, it reminds me of roast battle days.
Yeah, but you know what's funny about that sketch is they agreed at the end. The blacks.
Yes.
Wasn't it the punchline was it was Republican and old black person, and they agreed at the end?
Yeah, they
So
had
you
way
could be
more
like,
common
hey,
than
yeah,
they thought.
yeah.
And then at the end, he goes, you know, you people are actually pretty all right.
yeah. But what were you gonna say?
Brings me back to the roast battle days. I loved it because it was joke writing.
I saw you on there before I ever started
Really?
because I would watch. Remember back in the day, Roastmasters on YouTube?
Yeah.
And it would get like 16 to 20K views, and we would be like, oh, I need to do amazing. Now, Kill Tony is like the version of that, and it
Yes.
gets a billion views.
That's
Like
also on
Louis
Netflix.
J. Yeah. And Lewis was doing it at the stand with the judges, and
You never
'Cause
did
it was like
old
the
roast
judge-
battle back in the day?
I did it, but I did it, I think 2019 was my first 2018 maybe, at first go at. So I had seen you go, I saw Karen and Zach, Nick Molinen,
Couple of
blah, blah, blah,
great ones.
JP, fucking Eli, not Kim wasn't there yet, but Dina Hashem, like all these people.
The
Fire.
Silent Assassin. Dina was
I know.
my favorite.
We,
That was-
yeah, fire. Zach Amico and I were talking about her road feature joke.
It was she solved that puzzle way fast because it was one of those things. I got very lucky. I got eliminated the week before. If I had won my battle, I would have gone up against her. And that
I know
joke
sometimes
would've-
you lose a tournament in a tournament. You're like, thank God, because that would have gone viral.
Yeah, and I really like the guy that I can't believe I'm blanking on his name.
Me too.
The guy she was up against, super good dude. Very kind. He had my favorite line on me that won him the battle. It was he called me Blue Lives Fatter.
Hilarious.
And it was kind of hard to
That's
argue.
hilarious.
I was
God.
puffier. My hair was more crew cuttish.
I love a little line like that people just can't, like, are wheezing laughing.
Oh, it was
For, like-
when they're that is the nightmare though, right? And then you say like, all right, I'm going to use my joke now, and I'm going to get them all back. And then my joke fell flat, and I was like, oh, this is what Carrie felt like in that movie right before she made the everybody rain blood.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that had to be it.
Oh my God. Sometimes, like in roast battle or on Wild and Out, I go like from 0 to 60 in my brain. I'm like, all of y'all are about to be covered in blood. And I have
Did you
tears in
have
my eyes.
you ever get dunked on so hard on the show that you felt like you weren't coming back from it?
Yeah.
Because okay,
Yeah. Well, Dave Cyrus, who's
Oh,
really
yeah.
good. You can't beat him.
That's
Because he's gonna have comebacks, and he's so like neutral, most neutral guy in the world. He
It's,
has like he has the original pair of glasses. He's like a neutral. So I'm like, hey, here's this white guy, and he's like, I might be white, but you're pussy, blah 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 blah.
oh yeah, it's
So he was one who like beat me in like
he
2
is,
rounds or something.
well, he's very he was I haven't seen him in forever either, but I always liked him.
I
And
haven't
then
seen Dave in forever. I should text him.
yeah, what are you gonna say to him other than I think calling him short was the thing everybody went with?
Yeah, short.
right?
Yeah, I was like, Dave is short for a man.
That's that's actually great though.
So yeah, you know. But
Do you remember you
it's
called me
fun.
on the pod last week, by the way?
No.
This is pretty funny. So you did the show. You were awesome on the show, and then we were talking about it, and I said, I'm 5'9", and then I was like, so that's actually average height, and you just went like, yeah, and so then my insecurities building, and then you said you were probably tall for the 1700s.
Literally.
It was
hilarious. Yeah. Yeah.
it
yeah.
hurt. I got dunked on my own
like
show. I was like, I deserve this.
An old timey. You'll notice the doorways are shorter.
That's
You see how small their beds are?
that,
Women
actually,
grew only to 5'1" back then.
it was there, and then I think I tried to save it by saying I was like, oh, I'd be tall for the the signing of the Declaration of Independence.
Right.
I would have been a prominent featured person in the paintings of that.
Absolutely.
I feel
Yeah,
like
for sure.
that and a
Yeah, you'd be
giant
taller.
Irish
Ben
head will
Franklin
get you
was tall
places.
though too.
Was he?
Ben Franklin, yeah.
I didn't know on that one.
He was like 6 feet, I think.
The number one thing.
He's probably like 5'5".
Everybody always runs to him having STDs.
Yeah,
That's
he
usually
was
the
like, he
go-to.
loved France. So he would go over there and hang out with all people with all the makeup on, eating crumpets and oh wee wee. Because John Adams went over there and he was like shocked by what was going on in Paris.
See, this is where
He was
you
writing
don't let
Abigail
on.
like, I'm freaked out. Ben is like weird. He like hooks up with all these people. Like Ben told me to like come over and stay with him, and now I'm like, I think he's like in a polycule.
Yeah, Ben's sharing a comedy condo with me, and I think I need to get my own room.
out now. Who's your favorite founding father?
That's a great question. My favorite one, because he's a scumbag, is James Wilkinson.
James Wilkinson.
Yeah, so
Deep cut.
Not a signer of the Declaration of Independence, but this guy was the head of the
Wilkinson or Wilkerson?
Wilkinson.
Wilkinson.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
James, he was a spy for Spain the entire time, and he was ratting our country out.
Really?
He tried to set up Lewis and Clark to get ambushed by the Spanish.
Got it.
Right, so he was doing that, and then I think he finally sold his services. He tried to get, he tried to make himself like the aide to the emperor in Mexico, and then he died. And nothing came out about him. They all knew he was a spy, but nobody proved it till he was dead.
Yeah.
So he got away with it.
Yeah, not bad.
No, that's where you
Not
want it.
bad.
All the skeletons come out of the closet once you're gone, and that
Yeah.
means you won.
Absolutely.
That's how I feel.
I totally agree. Epstein.
That's
Okay, Jane. I will. Okay, I like. I know it's. I feel like Thomas Jefferson was kind of hot. I feel like Thomas Jefferson was kind of hot.
He's going to write to you. He's going to
I
give you
feel-
tons of wine. You know,
Yeah.
he's got a lot of cool ideas about stuff.
So many ideas. But I do think John Adams would be ultimately the best person to like marry and have a life with. He
Well,
was the only one I've ever heard of who like loved his wife.
Which
He,
one?
like, John Adams.
John. Oh, John's.
He loved his wife.
I get that one.
He was like,
too.
Abigail, please, I miss you. I want to eat your pussy. Like, I think he was eating her out like all the time. She was like his confidant.
So Dolly Madison, pretty cool. Chick.
True, Dolly was firing things off.
She was like the first hot chick,
Yeah.
first lady. She
Yeah.
was throwing parties and stuff. But John Madison, I think, is the shortest president ever, and I believe he's Joe Pesci's height.
James Madison.
James. Damn.
All
See,
good, brother.
this is killing me, by the way. You play it like you don't know stuff, and then you wait for me to say something dumb, and then you're like, "Oh, you meant this, right?"
Oh yeah, I just wonder if I should take over hosting your podcast about American history.
We've talked about it. It's going to be like Gomez watches Seinfeld, but it's Maddy teaches KP history.
That would be fun.
It would be
That would be
fun.
fun, but I got to get my notes together, and some things are so like the War of 1812. I don't understand.
It took us 2 episodes to
I
cover.
really prefer the 20th century history. It's so much more interesting. No offense, the Civil
gets you
War
more in
is like
trouble.
fucking nasty. I have no interest in Civil War.
That was
It's
my bread
like
and butter as
it's
a kid.
trash.
Really?
Yeah, so people who like in high school I had a what? Are you offended?
Oh no, I'm almost sad.
Really?
A little sad.
Why are you sad?
Huh? Oh, that was like for me as a kid. That was my favorite part of history. I
I don't want to fight.
No, we're not.
I'm not. I just meant like it's not. It doesn't interest me
Why
because it's like
Why?
Not in front of Jorge. We can't fight in front of Jorge.
I know he's gonna cry.
All right? I don't want the kids to find out.
Jorge fucking was over there in California.
Oh, he was. That's a. Now, all right, weird one on this. So, Civil War was my obsession as a kid.
Okay, I apologize. Maybe I
no,
just don't know
You
enough.
don't have to apologize. Well, I told you this. I wasn't allowed to have video games as a kid.
Right.
Because my mom's like, they're violent, so go read history books. And now I'm carrying around a musket in the backyard.
Hilarious.
So it
That's so
backfired.
funny.
Yes. It's like, oh, we could go to a reenactment, guys. Like, did we just make us an active? I don't want to say the word. I feel like we just made one of those kids that's going to make everybody nervous when he's quiet at school.
Oh yeah, for
right?
sure.
You know,
And like people will befriend you so that you don't shoot them.
that's right.
On the day
Uh-oh.
that you do it.
And now he's listening to Pearl Jam. It's happening
Yeah.
any day now.
Welcome my baby. That's Pearl Jam, right? But is that
Yes.
a cover?
That
That's
is a cover.
But that version is the best.
It's,
if I'm
it's
at a wedding
banger.
and that song comes on, I know it's unusual for a wedding, but I've been at a couple weddings where that comes on. Taking my shirt off, dress.
Oh, I respect that though. No, that is a banger version of that. There's other covers too that you forget somebody else did it.
Yeah, like Dolly Parton, I
Mm-hmm.
Will Always Love You.
It was the one that got me was what's it called? So many people didn't realize that Johnny Cash did not write "Hurt."
Right.
That one bothered me because
Yeah.
9 Inch Nails. That was the good angry music in the 2000s.
9 Inch Nails.
That was it. If you wanted to, like a
Is that they was on? I want to boombanate you.
yep, 100%. Yep.
And then is that called Closer? Is that song called Closer?
I think that
Hand
one
That
is.
Feeds. Hand That Feeds.
No, Hand That Feeds was a different.
How does
one.
Hand That Feeds go?
It's a little faster paced. That was off the With Teeth album. That was if you were obsessed with Kate Beckinsale and the Underworld movies.
Right.
9 Inch Nails was your favorite.
That's
band.
where
the overlap was
See, I
strong.
never knew who she was until she started dating Pete Davidson.
Oh my god.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
That's.
I miss the Underworld movies.
She was a lot of people's. A lot of young boys became men watching the Underworld movies. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I feel like a lot of guys really, really liked Natalie Portman. Like a lot of guys my age are like, I'm like, who's your celeb crush? Natalie Portman.
Oh, they just burst that one out.
Natalie
don't
Portman,
they?
Mila Kunis because of Star Wars.
Yeah,
'Cause they
Star
all
Wars
wanna
would do it.
fucking fuck. Princess
That's
Leia.
weird. So Mila Kunis is in there too.
No, but people like Mila Kunis because Black Swan
I was
was
gonna say
also
the
a lot
two
of
of 'em,
guys like,
yeah.
"Ah." I'm like,
That
this
is
is for
one of those
girls,
movies.
stupid. And then guys are like, so fucking hot in Black Swan.
It's that's the only scene that those guys remember too. What
Yeah.
about what about Wild Things back in the 90s? You ever watch that
I
one?
never saw that.
All right, Wild Things was it's the movie's got all these crazy twists and a bunch like Bill Murray's in it, people forget. Kevin Bacon's in it, people forget. Because the only scene everybody watches is a three-way between Matt Dillon, Denise Richards, and Nev Campbell.
Hilarious.
But we used to call each other on the phone when it was going to be on HBO because we would all try
That's
to make.
great.
That's the only scene you needed to see from
Yeah,
that
for
movie.
sure.
It was, I don't even know what it's about.
Get your rocks off. It's
and-
like Basic Instinct when she shows
Yeah,
her
that one's up there
little
too.
puss. Which, by the way, she didn't know that was.
I
Is that
heard
What that what that movie is, right? When she goes like.
when she crosses her legs like that.
She didn't know when they left it in.
No, it's she kind of got me too. Oh, she got not me too'd, but she should have me too'd them for not telling her.
Right. Justice for Sharon.
Let them.
Let that. Here we have a fishbowl of things.
Oh, fantastic.
Okay, so we're gonna play a little segment.
I like this.
Are you nervous?
Perennially,
Is it? I mean, your anus? Or
all
no?
the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Really?
Nervous.
Do you have stomach issues?
No, I'll tell you what. It's rampant anxiety, but I just I have a calm-looking face, so
Mm-hmm.
no one picks up on it.
And what is your anxiety like? What's happening? What's going on? I'm freaking out.
It's constant. The never-ending feeling that I'm about to be asked to leave at all times.
Oh, really? I feel like you were the last person people would ask to leave.
That's why I'm quiet. You know what I
Right.
mean? So you just kind of got to play cool. It's also when I was a crazy alcoholic, that was always. I would think I'm like, oh, I have anxiety. I need a couple beers to make it go away. And I was like, nope, you're going through the DTs, buddy. That's what it is. All right. So I convinced myself.
For sure. I definitely smoke. Even though I don't need to. I definitely smoke to take away anxiety. Then I'm like, I feel good for 2 minutes, and then I'm like, I ain't freaking out. And then when I would drink, it was like the first one felt so good that I would go into start drinking,
Yeah.
and then I would forget that I meant to not drink a lot because it feels so good.
I've been there on that one. It's what was your go-to drink?
Fireball.
Fireball.
Fireball, vodka
you
soda.
don't mess around.
Yeah, Fireball, vodka soda, and then like.
So you're keeping it pretty
10 Bud
clean,
Lights.
actually. This is all close to keto.
I know, right?
Close to
I mean,
keto.
yeah. I mean, I'm a white woman, so I have a history of eating disorders. So, try to keep it a couple Fireballs. It's like a sweet treat at the end of the night, and then just vodka sodas. Vodka soda.
Vodka sodas
Dirty
was a
martini,
thing.
sure. But then had a few blackouts where I just had too many dirty martinis. You know what I mean?
You know what I liked with Guinness? This is the dumbest thing, but I was a huge Guinness drinker. I love drinking beer. That was always my thing. Let's have a couple beers, dude.
Gotta love a couple beers.
It never got me at it. I was never in trouble with a few beers, right? And then I'd get puffy and fat. I'd be like, oh, it must be the beer. It's not the terrible food I'm eating.
I know
right?
the food, yeah.
You just always never
Yeah.
blame the food.
Yeah.
And then I would sit there and be like, oh, yeah, maybe I just eat less Dominoes. Maybe that's the answer
Right.
here. No, I would always blame the beer. And then somebody would be like, oh, dude, what you do is drink hard liquor instead.
Yeah.
But I would drink that at a beer pace, and I would just be a train
Oh my
wreck.
God, totally. I would do that too.
That's when I started calling out of work all the
Yeah.
time, and I'm shaking the next
Oh
day
my
at
God,
work.
that would happen to me too.
Problem.
The last time I blacked out and drank, I woke up and I threw up until 5 p.m.
Ooh.
Bile, throwing up bile. By the
Been
end of the day,
there.
you're throwing up bile. I had acid damage on the roof of my mouth.
Oh, that's not.
Popped a blood vessel in my eye.
Yeah, that's
That you can't.
You're doing the Nick
You
Cage
can't.
thing.
Yeah, you can't just be like, oh, I'm stressed. No, people know. When
Yes.
they see a pop, that's the worst. I had to do a podcast. Kyle Kinane came on. It was so embarrassing. That's embarrassing. Is that embarrassing? That's like
that
the
one's
third time
bad.
that's had pop blood vessel. So trashy.
Yeah, it's I've had a couple. It was one of them was from surgery, so I had it honestly, but everybody knew that I drank a lot, so they didn't even give me the honest like,
Right.
oh yeah, I just had surgery.
What kind of surgery?
Deviated septum.
You got that? Really?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get that.
It's
Look at mine.
No, I mean it's a little crooked.
Well,
It's-
look what I breathe in.
all right, never mind. You need this, girl.
You think so?
No.
Oh no, really?
The,
You don't think so? I went in. They were like, "You're good."
They I forget what they told me, but it was the surgery was in Jacksonville. I was still in the Navy at the time, and I remember a guy, another one of the comics. I had just started comedy down there, and a guy told me, he's like, "Oh yeah, deviated septum. Used to have that. Then I just did enough coke, and it went away on its own."
What?
Yeah, it was the great.
He moved his cartilage from doing coke.
He removed enough of it that he's like, "Yeah, I can breathe
Ew,
perfect now."
gross.
Yeah, he did.
Hilarious. Okay, so maybe I'll do that.
Yeah, we'll get you doing a couple of bumps. You'll be good as new, and it'll probably cost the same without copay.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
there's perks.
Absolutely. And so you popped a blood vessel during that. You were in the Navy.
It was 6 years.
That's
So,
crazy.
Yeah, it was. Well, I was very bad at school.
What year did you join? Right out of high school?
So I joined the last year of George Bush's presidency.
2008.
So 2008. Yeah, he was still president, and then Obama won the election. I guess I was stationed in Jacksonville for like a month, and then he won the election, and then I got out.
What were the vibes at the station when Obama won?
It was interesting. So it was. I grew up in North Jersey, and it was mostly Italian and Jewish where I grew up, and then I'm now in Jacksonville, Florida, and the military's got a little bit of everybody in there. A lot of dudes from the South. So I can tell you that I saw on that day I got the most racist text messages I've ever gotten
Really?
from because people look at me and they're just like, "Oh, you probably think like me, right?"
Yeah.
And they send me. I'm like, "Jesus, dude!" Like,
Oh my God.
and then at the same time, I go on board the ship and there's like 4 or 5 of the black guys on the ship were dancing, doing the "My president is black,
Hey.
my president is
Hey,
black."
hey. That's hilarious.
It was a mixed vibe on that
Yeah,
one. But,
wow. And so then you were at that, and then Obama came president, and then you moved somewhere else?
So I had a break in service for about 3 months. They
Really?
made me they made me report to the reserve side because they were downsizing. So I show up on the reserve side, and they're like, "I'm like, cool, 1 weekend a month." And then I get to my next unit, and they're like, "So we're going to Dubai next year.
Really?
And, you need to leave your day job."
You went to Dubai?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Your day job? What do you mean, like at the reserves?
So when I got out of the military, I got hired. I was working as a welder. I was not good at it.
Hilarious.
I was a terrible welder. People look at me and they see a flannel shirt I'm wearing, and they're like,
Yeah.
"This guy
Oh,
is handy."
he's got those thick thumbs.
Exactly, 100%.
He's got those thick thumbs. He can
They-
handle machinery. And your dad is a carpenter.
That's the worst
So you
part.
would
He's
think.
so good at
Right.
it, and he can't teach me anything, and it just constantly reminds me I'm adopted.
Well, I know. I was gonna say so whoever fucking birthed you was soft.
I also, based off my head size, I'm pretty sure. I hope for the woman's sake, my biological mother, who I do not know. I hope for her sake and for the sake of every boyfriend she's ever had after giving birth to me, that I was a C-section because I feel like this did some damage.
Oh
on
yeah,
her.
she has a gaping hole.
It's,
Like blew out the whole area. That whole area looks like Iran right
it's
now.
like an exit wound. I don't understand. But-
Torn up. I think that's probably why she was like, just get it out. I can't look at this kid the rest of my life knowing that he destroyed my pussy.
Well, we
She
can't.
probably wanted to like keep you, but then
I think
She
she
was
was.
like, "I'm
My
not."
understanding is she was a college kid, so it was
wow.
like they're like she's got a promising future. Nowadays you wonder, if like let's say, you know who Livy Dunn is?
yes.
Let's say Livy Dunn
Obviously.
got pregnant, but she like 2 or 3 years ago before she was marrying like a the best pitcher in baseball.
Right.
I would wonder if she would sit there and she's like, "I'm pregnant. I can either have this kid, but how much NIL money am I going to have to forfeit?"
Literally. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
That's why she stayed a
how much
fifth
money
year.
am I going to lose?
That's why she stayed a fifth year.
It's,
Can't do that with a baby.
no, but I'm here because of good. I'm not even Catholic, by the way, but I am here because of Catholic guilt that poor woman had. Deep convictions.
Absolutely.
So now, did she drink
Absolutely.
during the pregnancy, Maddie? I don't know.
I mean, it's obvious.
You read the symptoms of fetal alcohol syndrome, and you
Yeah.
tell me you're not vaguely
Yeah, well,
describing
I have
me.
that. I have that. I'm freaking out.
It's.
So you went to. Oh, so did you go to Dubai?
I did. I was stationed there for I guess 3 or 4 months.
What were you fucking? Were you just sitting around?
So Dubai's weird. They let us rent from them. We're not allowed to have a permanent base over there. But what we did is we did armed escorts in and out of obviously of the Gulf. So the ships that are coming in, we can go out and provide 2 34-foot patrol boats with 50 cals on them. And we'll give armed escorts in and out in order to the port of Djibouti. Not Djibouti, I'm sorry. Djibouti's where they wound up next. Jebel Ali is where we were. And we would do armed escorts in and out. But then when you're living in Dubai, so keep in mind my cousin that I joined with, we joined at the same time. Great guy. And he went to Afghanistan his entire
Yeah.
time, dodging bullets
Oh,
the entire
wow.
time. And then they're like, "Oh, I'm finally going overseas," because I'd been in Jacksonville exclusively prior to that. And then they sent me to Dubai, and I'm like, where are our barracks? You know what I mean? And he goes, "Oh no, dude, we live in hotels out here."
Oh my god!
I was on a vacation.
You lived in a hotel?
We had to live in a hotel.
It was a nice hotel?
Right near the Mall of the Emirates.
What the fuck?
So I could walk to the mall, which had an indoor ski slope. And Maddie, you have not lived until you have seen a man in full Muslim garb and a parka jacket come flying down a ski slope right in front of an Auntie Anne's pretzel in the middle of Dubai.
I haven't lived. You might be able to catch that at the American Dream Mall in New Jersey.
Oh, it's getting close
That
right
exact
now.
that exact image.
It's I think of it every time I drive past it, so I can't go there. Harrington took his kid there to meet Elmo the other day. And
Hilarious.
I was afraid for him.
I have no interest in going there.
No. Oh, I just thought you meant like I'm over meeting Elmo. I'm not into it anymore.
Oh yeah, he's just like different now. How long were you in Dubai?
I want to say it was like 3 to 4 months. I was a replacement because they said somebody got hurt, but really they got caught. They got caught having a relationship with a married woman.
Really?
Yeah, so they sent me over, and I got the phone call, and they were like, "Hey, cancel your plans this weekend. You're probably going over to Dubai." And I wound up over there, and I think I came home for Thanksgiving. So I was gone like end of August to Thanksgiving, and it was great because they made me get qualified. They're like, "You're going to be on the boat on the 50 cal, doing like really cool, Vietnam looking stuff." And I was all excited. I got qualified. I put in a couple of really late nights doing all the paperwork for that. And then I get there, and they're like, "Oh, no, dude, you're land-based security." So I was just like a cop, just checking cars.
That's sick.
It was brutal. You're out in the
Where
sun.
in Vietnam?
No, this was Dubai.
Oh,
so
sorry,
it
I'm
was,
slow. Okay.
You're good. It was weird. I'm wearing all the body armor, and then you're out in the direct heat in the desert.
hot
I was on
fuck.
day shift,
Yeah.
and you got to just sit there and you're doing vehicle searches, and then they put you up in a tower. The tower was like your break because you're in the shade, and then it got boring after a while, but it was the most exciting first 2 weeks of anything I've ever done. I'm like, man, I'm really at war right now.
I'm in it.
And then literally again, there's look, an Auntie Anne's pretzel. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Maybe I'm not at war.
Yeah, I'm not aware. And then what? Then what'd you do for the next?
They sent us back, and then I was good at maintenance. I can't fix things, but I can follow instructions well.
Okay, nice.
So they had me doing maintenance for that for a while, and then
Where in Jacksonville?
yeah, so I was back at the base over there, and then I got out of the military because my time was coming up, and I was going to be a police officer.
Kind of not a bad stint.
No, it was pretty solid.
Navy seems like the way to go.
Navy was great. I have no complaints about that. It was. They did tell me this too. They're like, if you're going to be a clown, like I was drunk a lot.
In the Navy?
100%.
Wow.
It was. Well,
Did you ever do Fleet Week?
so even better, and this is what a dumbass I am. I'm a pretty loyal guy. I was with a girl at the time, and we lived together in Florida, and we'd been together like 3 years at this point. And my ship pulls into New York City. It's the only time my ship ever took me anywhere was New York. I grew up in Passaic County, New Jersey.
Right.
And the Navy that tells you will see the world has only taken me to the Hudson River.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
So we were in for the Henry Hudson Festival, and it was my last 3 days in the military. And I was like, all right, cool, I'm going to leave and see my family. Like, no, you have 3 days left, dude. You can't leave yet.
Right.
So I was like, well, what are we going to do? And they're like, go have fun in New York City. So we're hanging out in New York City. We're in uniform. We're the only ship, so it's not even Fleet Week.
It's not just you guys.
It was
You look like extras in fucking a Broadway
a
musical.
nice Anchors
South
Away
Pacific or
vibe.
Anchors Away or anything goes. Like, hey, great show, you guys.
It was. No one has ever bought me that many drinks in my life. Girls are taking photos with us. I felt like I would imagine it's what being like in a boy band feels like.
Boy band or like maybe Magic Mike, some sort of like dancer
Oh, there
like
you
that.
go. Yeah, but it was the most famous I've ever been. Was that 2 days, and then sometimes you have a good set at a show, and somebody's like, "Hey, dude, you were mad funny. What's the name of your podcast again?" And then you tell them, and then they're like, "All right, cool, JP. We'll see you around."
Hilarious. And that doesn't even come close to getting pics with bitches
No.
in your Navy uniform.
Oh, it was because that's what
Did
it
you
was.
get any pussy? But no.
So that's why I'm saying I'm a dumbass. I had multiple opportunities, and I said I'm going to be loyal to the girl that I'm living with
Yeah.
right now, and I made a
And
choice.
where is she now?
She left me like 3 months later.
Bruh. You could have been slamming bitches.
It was I passed on a couple of things. I like to think that
Yeah, but it's good. It's good for the character.
well you know what, my soul feels clean about it, but then the bitch tried to take my house.
Yeah, so that sort of stuff happens, and you're like, do you know how much fucking tail I could have gotten?
Yeah, how childish would I sound? Like, I turned down. There was a stripper at Scores who told me I was handsome.
Yeah, we hit it off. Too. It wasn't even physical only. It was like
She wasn't even working yet.
She read books. I don't know. It's just like, what the fuck is this? She tried to. Yeah, so bitches will be crazy at the end. Yeah.
She got me good on that one.
Yeah.
But it all worked out.
It all worked out. You were gonna be a cop.
I almost was. I tore my ACL, and it kept me out of the police academy.
That the universe was looking out for you, I think.
Yep, I just keep waiting for some form of monetary success in some way, shape, or form.
How'd you tear your ACL?
That's worst. Hang on, I'm so sorry. That's my fault. ACL tear was Atlantic City in a nightclub.
Atlantic City ACL. It's in the name. When in Rome. Was it? Oh, sorry.
I'm terrible. I'm gonna apologize to all the producers right now.
You're good. We're chilling.
Tore my ACL in a nightclub called Boogie Nights.
Wow. In Brooklyn?
In Atlantic City, New Jersey.
Atlantic City, yeah.
Yep, and it's an 80s themed nightclub. And they had to wheelchair me out during Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
Way. You were dancing?
I tried to lift up, we were there for a bachelor party, and I tried to lift up a buddy of mine.
Oh, my
God. And he thought it would be hilarious to dead fish me.
No.
And it worked.
Yeah.
And I went east-west when my knee's supposed to go north-south.
You hear a pop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't even walk out. They thought I was drunk, too. I was like, no, guys, I'm not drunk enough yet.
Yeah.
So then I was, it was terrible. People wheelchair me out. Everybody thought I was Kevin James. But...
Ba 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 ba.
Yes, 100%.
I tore my ACL once as well. If you can see my
There's
scar.
the scar, right on.
My scar, yeah.
What, did you have a better story?
I was also at Boogie Nights. No, I'm kidding.
I was at Boogie Nights and this fat guy fell in front of me.
Yeah, I tore my ACL that night too. I did it playing soccer, 2017.
See, that's actually awesome. So your story is actually sports related. When that's like a huge sports related issue, and then mine was just me sitting there. I was like, all right, I might drink too much.
True,
that's
but you know what? The
it is.
ACL happens. It'll split in a sec.
They told me what I would love to do. By the way, I want to contact the person who, because I have a dead person's ACL. They gave me a cadaver.
Oh, nice.
I want to have the Long Island medium contact the person.
Good idea.
And just figure out like, what kind of person am I dealing with here?
Right.
And then kind of hope, I don't know, can they give a guy a lady's ACL, or would I just assume that it's a dude?
I would assume it's a dude, but you really never know.
That's true too.
They gave me that option, but I took it from my own leg. I made the graft from my own leg.
Really?
Yeah, for my patella tendon.
It would be hilarious if you had an option. You were like, I would like a dude's ACL, and then all of a sudden you have like an extra like 5 yards on your kick.
Yeah, wouldn't that be cool if like I was like, can I have Aaron Rodgers' old ACL?
That's
and all of a sudden I'm kicking.
Yeah, it's pretty much the movie. What was it? Little Big League, right?
Did you ever see the movie? I never saw Little Big League. Did you ever see that Philadelphia Garbage Man movie? Garbage Man, garbage kicking Philadelphia kicker. What's that movie? Rudy? It's like a Disney movie back in the day.
Garbage Philadelphia kicker.
The guy's a garbage guy, and someone sees him in the yard kicking garbage, and they're like, "Can you be a kicker for the Eagles?"
This is amazing.
And it's called the Garbage Picking Field Goal Kicking Philadelphia
Phenomenon. Wait a minute, this is real?
Yeah.
How old is
this?
this?
Is that Sylvester Stallone or what's
Tony Danza?
Tony Danza.
Tony Danza.
I mix them up. And yeah, back in the day.
1998.
Again.
Oh, it's from 1998.
What did you say?
1988, she
1998.
said? 1998.
Yeah. Anywho. All right, so let's do a couple of these.
Right on.
I think we're gonna pick, and you have to guess what's on the thing.
Well, I'm terrified
Okay.
now.
So it's history. No, it's like taboo, but you can't say what's on the card.
Oh, I like that.
Okay.
So I can't say it?
No. Okay, ready? Okay, so you can do anything you want to get the person to guess. You can do an impression or. Okay, ready?
Go.
These terrorizers.
Rumsfeld?
No. Okay. Well,
There's a pretty good
You
Rumsfeld.
could do another one.
Add that to your SNL packet.
The war on terror needs to end.
Oh, this Dubs.
No. Yeah. Yes.
It is Dubs. Okay.
Yeah.
See, give yourself more
Do you
credit,
have a
Maddy.
good George W. Bush impression?
Not no. You know what it was? I listened to so much stand up early on that I just realized everybody could do that voice, so I never
sure.
went
It's
down
like a
that
Trump.
wormhole. No, the Trump. I hear Trump. It doesn't even matter if you're pro or against. It's just hack at this point.
I'm so over it. And then SNL is always looking for the new Trump. I'm like, just pick one of the existing ones.
The best thought that I had, I'm sorry, it wasn't even my own thought, but somebody had said when Alec Baldwin was in the news that if SNL was really going after true comedy, you would hire Trump to play Alec Baldwin when the Russ stuff
That's
was in
funny.
the news.
Yeah.
That would have been hilarious.
That's funny.
So it would have been
Yeah.
hilaria.
Hilaria. Hilarious. Hulu.
She's-
Shout out.
she's my
Shout
girl.
out Hulu. Yeah.
She
Okay,
follows
you
me
pick
on
one.
Insta. She likes history.
Really?
Yeah. All right. So
Really?
what are the let's see here. What are the rules on this?
Whatever's on there, you just have to have me guess. I think it's a mix of events and people.
Oh, I like this one.
And American losers, I think.
Oh
Yeah, we're
boy.
failures.
All right. I picked the most loaded one. I feel like
9/11.
I know it's going to get clipped out here. I know it's going to get clipped out. This is a tough one here. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm going to tell you the real problem. George Bush does not care about.
Did you write the N-word on there?
It's very close.
Is that
It's very close.
black people?
George Bush does not care about. And then a couple years later, he goes, the real problem is these people with these little hats, man. Little hat people are running everything. Kim Kardashian is my wife.
Kanye?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Is there anything bad?
He,
If it's a direct quote, then
Wait, what's the first thing you said?
George Bush does not care about black
Oh,
people.
oh,
This
I-
infamous one, right?
I thought you were having me fill in the blank, and Caroline wrote.
no.
No,
Words.
it's
Oh my
God.
by the way, very very solid too. By the way, Carol, once widely admired, now heavily criticized for his remarks. We'll just leave that word out. Remarks. Yeah, he went in hard.
AI.
That's
For sure.
it's like when celebrities try to be normal people.
She never used the word remarks.
I know.
Okay, ready? Okay, so this is a man. This is a man who is I don't want to give it away too quickly. I don't want to get it too quickly. Is a man,
Right on.
okay? And he was around in the 20th century mid. He's scandalous. And all the president's men were reporting on him.
Oh, so we're talking about Richard Milhouse Nixon?
Correct.
Right on.
Milhouse. Nice. Got the middle name.
You have to. That's my
First-
favorite part of
Yeah.
it.
Boom. Nixon. I
like
recently watched All the President's Men.
Did you?
Yeah, good flick.
The Woodward and Bernstein. Weird guys. Weird guys.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited about this. I love this game, by the way.
This is fire.
All right, your producer is setting me up for failure. All right, I don't
Jim
know.
Crow.
I know I look racist. I'm not actually racist. Okay, do I have to read these?
We know why you wanted to be a cop.
Okay, let's just say.
If you were a cop, would you have been a cop in Jacksonville?
No, I wanted to get back
You
to
were gonna be in
Jersey.
Jersey, okay.
Yeah, I can't. I couldn't stay down there.
It's a weird place.
This is a tricky one here.
Okay.
And I don't have. I hope you do wind up on SNL. I would love to watch you do the characters on SNL.
LOL.
This one, this clip right now will guarantee me that I never get it.
Okay.
So let's say I bought Sydney Sweeney's bathwater. Okay, but I wanted to
Yeah,
donate
let's say
it.
hypothetically.
Right. Let's hypothetically I owned it. But I try to show you guys that I'm not being creepy. I'm actually doing a good thing because I'm donating it to a certain city that has a problem with their drinking water that we've never solved.
Flint?
You know it. Man, you're good. You're way smarter than you give yourself credit for. The Flint, Michigan water
Bro, you could have
crisis.
just said shitty water.
They're like, yeah, so KP, come in here, look like a cop, and talk about Kanye and the Flint water.
Talk about Flint water in the most PC way you can.
Oh, my God. If George Floyd is my next prompt, guys, I'm out of here.
No, it's going to be Derek Chauvin. Okay, so, all right. So we're talking red. We're talking red. We're talking
red.
red scares. We're talking lists. We're talking a movement. This movement. It's a,
So we're talking about Marxism?
no, but it's no.
Red and watch
no,
list.
Red. I'm thinking, Oppenheimer. They're saying, "Are you involved? Are you involved with this?"
Oh, okay. So we're talking. This is not the Hollywood blacklist, then, is it?
No, but it's this sort of what was it called? But what was
Communism.
that? What was that? Am I on the right?
Yeah.
Like what was that? Me-ism.
So it's Marxism, right?
But no. It sounds Irish, but Paul, not McCartney.
Oh, McCarthyism.
Yes.
Right on. Yeah, that
Is
guy.
that right? Right.
100%.
Red stuff.
You want to know something weird?
Yes.
I can't help myself on this one. I'm sorry. Senator Joe McCarthy, the height of McCarthyism, His right-hand hatchet man was Roy Cohn. Roy Cohn is the reason why Donald Trump got into politics.
Really?
Yeah, Roy Cohn is also a closeted gay guy who used to go to Fire Island and then
Doesn't sound very closeted.
and then died of HIV.
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But he was not welcome in their community.
He's like, I'm not gay.
That's
Coughing up blood.
that's also red, ironically.
Yep.
I'm terrified now.
Interesting.
This is
You think back in the day you would have been involved with these meetings?
with McCarthyism.
Yeah.
Well, it was there was one of two things. You either went to those meetings to meet chicks, right?
Right.
That's what a lot of the guys
Yeah.
would always say.
Yeah, or protests and stuff. You meet chicks.
And then there was the other one where you're like, no, listen, because I don't know where I would have fallen into line with that because I wasn't Protestant, so I couldn't join any of the hate groups.
Right.
But
I always wonder back then what I would have been doing. Like if I was in the late 60s, 70s, would I have been protesting Vietnam or would I have been like, real men go? Real men go to war.
that's a fun timeline.
I
to
always
get
wonder if
lost
I would
in.
be a conformist or if I'd be like I'm a working woman or if I would just be like, I'm a secretary.
I could see you doing more like the Mad Men thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Peggy.
Like I was gonna say
Peggy.
that you're quietly behind the scenes making things happen.
Done.
Either that or you're the marvelous Miss Maisel.
Right.
Oh, that one hurt you, didn't it?
No, I just don't know if back then.
It's the first time I've ever seen you look down.
But I just don't. No, I look down because I don't think I would have been. Because I think who I am is very like. But when I started comedy, a lot of people already proved that comedy can. I would have been back then like, oh, let me get on this art form and blah blah blah. I would probably have been married at 21, 9 kids, living in tenements.
That's the trippy one.
in the 70s.
Right. I'm 37. I was like, I think I'll get married in the next 3 years.
Yeah.
And then meanwhile, everybody else, like throughout all of history, you're like, yep, they were on their second marriage by then because their first wife had died of typhus.
Yeah,
You know,
literally.
it's
Yeah, hilarious.
I'm terrified of this next one here.
All right, we'll do one more and then we'll go to exclusive.
You can
You guys are This is
Let's-
so in the.
Mason Dixon
All right,
line.
just for the record here, I had Flint, Michigan water crisis, and then I had Kanye West,
Yep.
and right back into my problematic thing. I can actually do a decent impression of him. It depends on what I'm talking about, but so he's known for cutting almost pro wrestling style promos directly into the camera, screaming about.
Hillary Clinton and the Bush documents, and everybody knows it's all been tied together. This has all been proven. It's declassified. And Andrew Schultz is my guest here this week. Welcome to InfoWars. My name is...
Oh, Alex Jones. That's funny. You kind of look like him.
Oh, it's there. Oh, well, because your face has to get red to,
Yes.
to match it.
Yeah.
And that's what happens when I get a little baritone
That was a
in my
good
voice.
impression, though.
I work on that one a lot by myself at the
That was
house.
a good one, yeah. All right, you guys. Well, this has been Madhouse. We're going to pop over to Gas for the exclusive. So go to gasdigital.com. Use promo code MAD to get some of that exclusive dope where KP and I going to talk shit. KP, where can we find you?
Do me a favor, guys. Check out the show American Loser. Maddy, one of our all-time great guests over there. And it's on Instagram. It's at KP Burke Sucks. Every week I put out a crazy 90-second clip where I try to teach you 5 years' worth of history in about 90 seconds. And so far, so good.
That's great. And we'll see you guys next week on a man.